What's going on, guys? It's time for another great, excellent video from your boys Bobby and Harmon. I'm Harmon.
I'm Bobby.
We're here to recap the Week 2 slate of NFL games as well as talk about Week 3 games. We decided to do something a little different to make things a little bit easier, to make the videos quicker and shorter. So we're gonna recap Week 2, recap each week's games. We're gonna recap the games in one video. Separate video will be our predictions and the upcoming games. And then we're going to have a third separate video based on betting predictions because, you know, not everyone bets on football or wants to see something like that.
Besides us.
Right, besides us degenerates. So we hope this new method works for us. We're going to give it a shot.
Part 1 and 3.
Yes, sir. Alrighty. So, to recap, let's get our Week 2 games. Thursday night, the Eagles and the Vikings. The Eagles winning 34-28. We also had
we had the Eagles winning.
We did. We also wrote down our final scores predictions, and I had the Eagles winning 24-21.
I had 30-17.
It was 34-28. So we did have it being a semi-close game, but you had it being 30-17. But
yeah.
But I mean,
I didn't see Kirk balling out like that.
Kirk came back. He had what, 350 passing yards?
Went crazy too.
Yeah,
Madison did nothing, no run game, but
Jefferson didn't score either.
He had 150 yards though.
That's crazy, you know. He gets all these yardage, but obviously they're gonna put the best defenders to lock him down, but
no touchdowns yet for him, but he's got hella yards.
And it was also the DeAndre Swift game because that dude he popped off
just for Jalen Hurts to run it in at the goal line
twice, right? Or was it 3 times?
I think it was twice. Yeah.
I know Hurts just did the little, but that O line for the Eagles is so good. When it's like a 4th and 1 play, and you know that they're gonna rush it, like it's almost unstoppable.
Yeah.
So
they're gonna keep doing that. Too.
Oh, for sure. And that's right.
4th and 1s, 4th and goals, whatever.
Just push them in, fall in. So that was the Thursday night game. On to Sunday slate's a game. We have the Ravens beating the Bengals 27-24. And I had the Bengals winning 30-21, and you had the
Ravens 27-24.
Or the final score was 28-24.
I was close.
My bad. Typo. Final score was 28-24. I'll be sure to fix that.
So I start off 2-0. Just without the scores though.
Right. But it was
the scores are hard.
So we're also doing a point system that we're going to add up at the end of the season for any time that we have a number that was right in our final score prediction, you get a point. So Bo having the Ravens win 28-20 or 27-24, the 24 was still scored, so he gets a point for that. And at the end of the year, we're going to see who has the most points. So
crazy.
Just little fun things for us. Joe Burrow's 0-2 after signing that hefty contract in the offseason.
Yeah, I think he's dinged up though. He got hit.
I did see he re-aggravated that calf injury. Yep. So
I think it's just he's not 100%. Which, if you're a fan, you know you want him to be 100% instead of him just suffering through it.
I know. I was seeing tweets from Bengals fans saying, you know, looking up into Google how to donate a calf. But
for real, that's what he needs.
They'll bounce back. They're one of the best teams in the AFC.
Will find the end zone eventually.
Same with Mixon.
Oh my, yeah, Mixon.
It's been the T. Higgins show for Burrow.
Yeah.
But
that's it.
Fun fact though is that Joe Burrow is 0 for 12 the first 2 games this season of 15 on passes that are 15 yards or more.
What do you mean 0 for 12 though?
He's had 12. No, just this season so far.
Oh.
He's had 12 pass attempts on passes of 15 yards or more,
and he's 0
for 12 on those. So
no deep passes. That's
Bengals are gonna need to get their act together soon if they want to make a push.
Jamar's getting targeted, but it's those little slants in the corner. It's not anything like no streaks or anything.
Right.
Post, yeah.
So they'll bounce back. I'm sure of it. You can't ever count out Joey B.
Yeah.
And then on to the Ravens, or the Seahawks and Lions.
Yep. 17-14, Lions won.
No, right? Seahawks won right there.
Seahawks?
I wrote it right
there. My bad.
Yeah, I had the Lions winning 17-14.
Oh, that was your score.
You had the Lions winning 20-19, and it was a shootout. I was rooting for the Lions in this. Walker and Lockett. They both had 2 touchdowns each.
Yeah,
And Lockett
which
had
is
the
crazy 'cause
overtime.
I thought Metcalf would be the guy to do that.
Yeah, but I mean, it shows how dynamic that Seahawks offense is to have DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett and Kenneth Walker.
Oh yeah,
Like,
big
that's a-
three.
That's a solid
Really,
offense.
really makes you think if Gino's like solid or like if he's just got good weapons around him.
Well, I mean, he's got.
Because when Russ was there too, Russ was balling out.
He did. He got him a Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
But it was an overtime loss for the Lions. I did see they tied it up with like 3 seconds left in the 4th quarter.
Yeah.
It was a good game nonetheless. I would have wished we got that game.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta always enjoy the overtime games. And then on to the Colts, Anthony Richardson versus C.J. Stroud, and the Colts beat the Texans 31-20.
Yeah, nobody saw that coming. We didn't.
I had the Colts winning 17-10. You had the Colts 20-13. Since you got the 20 right, that's another point for Bo. So.
Oh, I was wrong because I had the Colts 20, not the Texans.
Right, but you still got the number 20 in the final score.
I
So
see.
that's how it's working.
I see.
But regardless, we both had the Colts to win. The Colts are a great team, although unfortunately Anthony Richardson is once again in concussion protocol.
Yeah.
So it might be
He's
Minshew
doing
Mania
great so
time.
far, yeah.
He has been doing. I have him in my fantasy league, and he balled out week 1. I have Josh Allen on my team, but when you can not start Josh Allen as your quarterback.
Pittman's still gonna ball out too. He's been doing great.
Mhm.
It's just like when Reggie Wayne and Peyton Manning. When Peyton Manning got hurt, Reggie Wayne still had those games.
Yeah.
'Cause he was just not good.
Yep. So it might be Minshew Mania time in
I love
Indianapolis.
Minshew though. I hope he balls out.
Oh yeah, it'll be great to see.
We'll
So
see, we'll
the
see.
Texans, it seems like C.J. Stroud has a good connection with Nico Collins on that team.
He does, yeah.
So it'll be
The
interesting
rookie
to see.
quarterbacks have been surprising this year.
Mhm.
They've been spectacular.
Well, Richardson.
Besides Bryce Young, I'm kind of
Right. Well, he's on the Panthers, but I mean the Panthers don't have a.
He likes
horrible team.
Thielen though. Thielen and him.
Yeah, they made some good connections.
Mm-hmm.
And then on to the Buccaneers and the Bears,
Let's go.
with the Bucks beating the Bears 27-17. I had the Bucks winning this 17-9. You had them winning 23-20.
Mhm.
I got the 17 right, so that's a point for me.
Mm-hmm.
Baker Mayfield,
Mike Evans show.
he's got a great connection with
They
Evans
do
right
have
now.
good chemistry.
Yeah, it seems like
think-
it's only him. Oh, and then Rashad White got a touchdown too, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, the rookie.
It feels poetic though that Baker's like coming back into his own.
Kind of revamping his career in
Mhm.
Tampa. Yeah,
We'll see if he
I-
keeps it up though.
I
hope-
love
I hope the
Baker.
best for him.
yeah. I mean, solid dude. And then I also love how he did like a 2-yard run, and he stiff armed one of the defenders
yeah.
out of bounds, and he said, "Better get in the
He's
weight
talking
room.
smack, yeah.
Better get in the weight room or get your weight up."
Over a 2-yard
Over
gain,
a 2-yard
It
run.
was a big deal.
But that's
though.
who Baker is. Baker will talk trash about the smallest
It
play.
was like a first down though. He was like going for it. Yeah.
But good for Baker and the Bucks.
Yeah, I love Evans.
They have a tough matchup coming up, which we'll get to.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have the Chiefs and Jaguars. I had the Chiefs winning 31-17.
So low scoring.
You had the Jags 35-28.
Yeah.
You had this being a shootout.
T-Law. I didn't know the Chiefs defense was that good.
I got the 17 right, so that's a point for me as well.
I think T-Law just gets nervous against Mahomes.
Well, they did also have Chris Jones back in their lineup, which adds
Yeah.
defensive pressure to any quarterback that's playing that team. So,
Mm-hmm.
and of course Kelsey played, and Mahomes made sure to get a touchdown for him in his first game back. So,
Yeah, that was cool to...
and it turns out that his brother Jason confirmed the rumors that Travis Kelsey is dating Taylor Swift.
well, I love Travis.
She's off the market for you now.
That's a good thing.
Sorry about that. Experience a little camera technical difficulty, but we're back. And we're on to the Falcons and the Packers. I didn't predict the Falcons to win this game.
I didn't either.
I mean, I thought the Jordan Love show was coming to town and taking names. But not
Falcons
this time.
defense is good though.
Falcons are 2-0.
Mm-hmm.
I had the Packers winning this 28-24. You had the Packers winning 31-20 with the final score being 25-24. I got the 24 in there.
Mm-hmm.
Point for me. Not much to go off on this game other than
Bijan balled out.
Bijan is a force to be reckoned
Ground
with.
control and that defense, they could make some wins out of that. So
For sure.
hopefully they continue to do that.
So, I mean, Jordan and Aaron Jones also is injured, so that's a significant injury.
That would help Jordan Love.
It'll be the A.J. Dillon show for a little bit in Green Bay.
Yeah.
which he's not a bad running back. He's a good running back. So
he's definitely better than complimentary.
For sure. So hopefully Jones gets back quickly and scores more touchdowns for him.
Yeah.
And
back to business.
Onto the Bills and Raiders. Pretty much this game went how I expected it to go.
Oh, I loved it.
I had the Bills winning 30-17. You had the Bills 28-21. Neither of us got.
Yeah, I thought Jimmy G would cook up a little bit like he did on the Broncos.
Yeah, I mean they sat Josh Allen and Diggs in the fourth quarter. Like they were up 38-10, I think. Like
well, the Bills were just terrible at first week.
They
offensively.
I think that they came in with a vengeance.
So vulnerable, yeah. And then to be down on the Raiders like that.
Yeah.
I didn't predict that.
And I mean, it was like the Gabe Davis game.
Mm-hmm.
He always has that one or two games throughout the season where he just goes nuclear. So,
yeah.
But Bills get their first win of the season against the Las Vegas Raiders. Raiders fall to 0-2.
Oh, they're 1-1.
Are
they beat the Broncos first.
That's right. I forgot about that.
17-16. Yeah.
My bad, people. It's been a while. Now we go on to the Titans beating the Chargers.
I didn't see
it was
that
in
happening.
overtime, and they kicked a field goal to win it. I had the Chargers winning 34-14. You had them winning 24-17. You did get the 24, so that's a point for you.
There we go.
So
Derrick
Derrick Henry scored a touchdown.
He did.
Eckler was out, so it was Joshua Kelly
Who did nothing
because I had him on my fantasy team, who got me a whopping 6 points.
Yeah.
But
crazy.
Eckler still might be out, they said Sunday. He's expected to play. He is expected to play, so him and Kelly
might be a little limited.
Right, that's they talked about limiting his touches, so Kelly could have another chance to kind of like pick himself back up.
He plays well complementary.
He does.
Football, yeah.
For sure. Well,
As a 1-2 punch, he's a good too.
Chargers are 0-2 now, though.
Yeah,
No one, I
which
bet.
is crazy.
I think Brandon Staley is definitely going to be on the hot seat this season.
Yeah, he's not the best decision maker.
Right. Well, they also have to change that whole offense because they brought Kellen Moore in now as their offensive coordinator from Dallas, which he's a great coordinator.
Adjustment.
Right. Also, fun fact is that the Chargers are 0-2 this season. They are the only team to be 0-2 and have 50-plus points in their first two games and 0 turnovers. Absolutely wild. But I think it's only
their defense just sucks.
It's a long season. It's a long season, so they have plenty of time to readjust and get the ball rolling. So
yeah, we'll see.
And then on to the 49ers beating the Rams in a divisional rivalry. The 49ers win 30-23.
Yeah.
I had the Niners 21-20, and you had 27-24.
It's close, but I just went up.
I love how people were getting dogging on Sean McVay because they kick a field goal with like 4 seconds left just to cut the lead from 20 to 23.
Being petty.
And they said that because the spread was plus 7.5 for the Niners, and they said he did that to cover the
McVay's
spread.
a goofy guy, so I can see him doing that.
But McVay also said he's like, I don't know anything about that. I just kicked the field goal, so who knows?
He's trolling.
But unfortunately for Rams fans, although the one bright spot is Puka. And is it Nachua or Nucha? I don't know how to say it.
Yeah, Stafford's going out with those two.
So Puka has had 15 catches against the Niners, the most receptions by a rookie in a game in NFL history. And he now has 25 receptions, passing Earl Cooper in 1980 for most all-time by a rookie.
Nobody saw this guy doing this.
Well, it does help that Cooper Kupp is not in, so Stafford's got a great connection with Tutu Atwell and Puka Nachua, or however you say it.
But everyone counted the Rams out at the beginning of the season.
They
didn't
did.
think they were going to do anything. Stafford too, so it's cool to see them prove people wrong.
And then news that just came out today, the Rams traded running back Cam Akers to the Vikings for 2026 picks.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I mean, their backup's killing it, so it doesn't really matter for them, I guess. But yeah, Cam Akers was supposed to come back this year. He was supposed to be their guy, running back one. Wasn't though, so we'll see how he does on the Vikings. But I don't know if the Vikings are going to benefit from that.
I was going to ask you, do you think Akers starts, or do you still think you start Madison as the lead back?
I think you start Madison.
I think so. I think Akers will be the backup.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
See if Madison's still playing like bones.
It seems like they're trying to do like the same dynamic with Dalvin Cook, where they have two really good running backs.
And that would be good. Yeah.
Yeah.
They need something like that. Kirk delivers something like that too.
For sure. So now on to the Giants and Cardinals. We watched this game, and the Cardinals were up 20-0 at halftime.
Yep.
James Conner looked like a madman out there, running through every line. Saquon had 2 touchdowns himself when they came back. And I had the Giants winning this 14-10, and you had the Giants 20-17, and this became a shootout towards the end.
did.
It actually just became the Danny Dimes show.
It's cool
at the
to
end.
see, but yeah, Danny Dimes took over.
Daniel Jones just led
And
the
Cardinals offense did absolutely nothing.
absolutely nothing. And unfortunate news too that Saquon did injure himself.
Yep. Well, he's got to be up now. I doubt he's.
Well, it's funny because Brian Dable said that there's a chance that he could play tomorrow.
I don't.
But I think
he's just using that.
I think you sit him out just to make sure he doesn't re-aggravate it and let him come back next week more healthy. So
they got some momentum though now.
they got to win.
Got a big comeback with it. That's going to be encouraging for everybody.
Yes. But they do play the Niners tomorrow, so you get a
Danny
good win.
Dimes is gonna. He's used to that underdog role though.
He is.
You never know.
And now on to the Cowboys and Jets. I had the Cowboys 24-14. You had the Jets
I was
17-14.
hoping that'd be the upset.
The final score was 30-10. The only touchdown was to Garrett Wilson.
Cowboys are being consistent for once.
Awesome defense. It's funny because they have the weapons on offense, but it seems like it's the Cowboys defense that does everything for that team.
Defense wins champions.
They're a scary team, you know. It's just Pollard didn't score, and
Parsons is crazy too. He's had a sack.
he might be the best player in the NFL.
You think so?
I mean, just with the way he plays, the way he's able to read plays.
Yeah, he's got a natural feel for it.
So, Zach Wilson and Garrett Wilson seem to have a good connection. The Wilsons.
They do, but Zach unfortunately doesn't. Seems like hesitant. A lot.
It does. There's certain times where Zach Wilson
Takes a lot of
shows.
sacks.
There's a moment where it looks like Zach Wilson has these moments of greatness, or these little flashes to where he can do something great. And there's other times where he looks like he couldn't hit water if he fell out of a boat. So
does have a good chemistry going with Garrett though.
yeah.
2 touchdowns.
And you can see that they're kind of talking to him on the sideline, like.
Well, yeah, Garrett's always cheering him up.
Right.
I know Garrett's bummed that A-Rod's not.
For sure, but you know with Zach Wilson and everything that went down with him last season, it's kind of good to see that the team is not completely.
Well, they have
up.
to be supportive.
Right, but it's just to see like, hey man, what? I don't know.
I think they gave up on him, but I think they're just rolling with it now.
We'll just have to see as the season progresses, because their other backup is now Tim Boyle.
Yeah,
so.
you don't want him.
And now on to the heartbreaking loss for your Broncos.
Oh yeah.
The Commanders beat the Broncos
Russ looked like himself,
35-33. Russ looked great. 24-17 was my final prediction. You had 31-17, and this was a shootout.
It was.
Sam Howell looked
He balled out.
amazing.
And the Broncos secondary sucks. Pat Surtain's solid, but apparently because they got just absolutely humbled
Yeah. I mean,
by a rookie.
the flashes you got is Russ was looking great. He was running the ball a lot more.
Yeah, Marvin Mims looks good, the rookie receiver.
Mm-hmm.
O-line looks decent.
And then Jaleel McLaughlin got his first career touchdown. The rookie running back.
Should have been Javonte.
But
Javonte ran hard too.
I think the most important note about this game is that the Broncos were down by 8 with like 3 seconds left, and Wilson throws a Hail Mary, and it gets bobbled up in the air. One Bronco guy bounces off of him, then it bounced off a Commander's defender,
Then Johnson catches
and then
it.
Johnson caught it, and then that was just to try to bring him within 2. And then Sutton had the opportunity to get the 2-point conversion, and it looked like there was a little bit of PI
Yeah, he got grabbed by 2 hands.
in the end zone, but they didn't call it.
But they shouldn't have put themselves down. They were winning 21-10 at halftime, so
Yep.
they shot themselves with the Russell Wilson fumble and all that.
Do you think that this is just a game that Sam Howell balled out, or do you want to blame Sean Payton for this one?
I think Sam Howell balled out, and the defense took that out under Vance Joseph that day.
Well, they have another tough
They
match
do.
up this Sunday. So we'll see.
I like Russ looking like himself again. He finally posted
For sure.
300-yard stat, man.
And now onto the Sunday night game. The Dolphins beating the Patriots 24-17. I had the Dolphins 31-21, and you had the Dolphins 24-17. So that's 2
Perfect.
points for you.
Yeah, I can predict the future.
You should have put a bet on the front. So.
Yeah, I did.
But Tua looked great. You got Tyreek Hill, who's just an absolute madman.
Yeah.
Ramondre Stevenson is a great back for the Patriots. Mac Jones looks a little flat sometimes, so
He did, but it's weird because he played so great the second half of the first
he did. But another fun fact is that Tua is 5-0 against Bill Belichick in his career.
This Tua's the GOAT.
And that is the best record that any quarterback has against Bill Belichick.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So it was funny too to see at the end of the game when Mike McDaniel went up and shook Belichick's hand. It was literally like a half a second handshake. It was they probably said good game to each other, and that was
Bill
it.
does not take losing.
And Bill,
He's such a competitor.
he did, and he did not look. I thought he almost was gonna cry.
Really?
It almost
Bill
like
doesn't show any emotion besides
he just.
hatred and disappointment.
You can just see that he's like, whatever happened to us and all that. So.
Yeah.
But Patriots fans, you had 20 straight years of Brady, so you now get to experience what every other sports fan goes through, and that's heartbreak. And on to the Monday night games. I'm actually enjoying that they're doing 2 games on Monday night. I enjoy the
So
double
mixed
headers.
about it, but yeah. It was cool on Monday, yeah.
We had the Saints beating the Panthers 20-17.
That game was terrible.
I had the Saints 17-10. You had the Saints 23-13. I got the 17 part, so that's a point for me. I didn't watch this game, but I heard that I didn't miss much.
Yeah, Panthers basically didn't do anything. It was like a field goal. It was like 3-3, 6-3. Saints were up first half. Very low scoring, not a lot of action. Then second half, all of a sudden Derek Carr starts uncorking these crazy passes, unleashing it, and then Jamal Williams gets hurt. The
I saw
backup
that.
running back comes in, gets these 2 goal line touchdowns. Olive had a touchdown, but then they called it back. That's when that set up the goal line touchdown. But yeah, Bryce Young looked a little shook. He didn't look like he knew what he was doing. Miles Sanders looked good for the Panthers.
I heard Thielen did pretty good too.
Thielen also had a touchdown. Yeah, it was late in the game, but yeah, they pulled it back 20-17. But the Saints, even though on paper it shows it was close, it really wasn't.
Gotcha. And on to the other Monday night game, the Steelers beating the Browns 26-22. That rivalry of the AFC. I had the Browns 24-17. You had the Browns 24-21. I think we need to make a note that Nick Chubb had a severe leg injury, and he is out for the season. And people are actually saying it's career-ending. Some people are saying it could be the end of his
I love
NFL
Nick
career.
Chubb's story. I hope he comes back.
For sure, you hate to see any player go down like that, player get injured, and it was brutal. It was a brutal injury, and the Browns actually did sign Kareem Hunt, so it's going to be Kareem Hunt back in Cleveland with Jerome Ford.
Yeah.
I think that at this point you still keep Kareem Hunt kind of like the same role where you keep Ford as like your workhorse.
Yeah, Hunt's a receiving back, but Ford will definitely.
For sure. So it gives him a chance to step into the spotlight a bit, but that's a tough blow to that Browns offense. I mean, they still got Amari Cooper and David and Joe Coon, DPS, Donovan
Amari's been
Peoples-Jones,
killing it. Yeah.
DPJ.
A lot of people underrate Amari.
For sure. And so it will. It's going to be interesting to see. So, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is our week 2 recap.
Finally.